to episode 328 of the Knit Style Podcast. Hi, everybody, and I hope the start of your summer is going well. Right now, it is, I think it's June 23rd today, and it is raining. But that's okay. I'm fine with it. Weather's been actually pretty nice here in New York. If you don't know, I live in the Hudson Valley region of New York, and it is right near Rhinebeck, 45 minutes away. We'll see if I get there this year. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, so I actually have a lot today to talk about and to show you. I didn't think I had that much, but I actually do have a lot. So let's get right to it. Before I do that, though, I would love it if you gave this a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I show my hand-dyed yarn, which is always fun, and lots of what I'm knitting, and also, each episode I've been trying to take a little bit of a dive into some knitting content. I'll pick a topic and talk about it. Today's topic is triangle shawls, so that should be fun. Okay, so first, one more thing before we start. I want to talk about the last time I recorded was Memorial Day weekend in late May, and I did a live show then as a kickoff to the Down Cellar Studio Splash Pad Party. Super fun. I tried to get fancy and use my good camera, this one right here, and the poor thing said, nah, you're upstairs in your attic room. It's really hot up here, and I'm going to overheat. And, I get it. I'm not even mad about it. It's just the way it is. It's how you learn, right? So the episode is split into two different parts. There's part 1 and part 2. And if you are subscribed to my show or you click on my channel, YouTube now has segmented what you upload into little sections. So when you click on my channel, you have, a video section, you have a short section. I have a couple of those up there, and you have a section labeled live. And that is where you will find those 2 episodes in case you missed them. That is kind of annoying, actually, because if you don't really navigate YouTube that often, sometimes it's hard to find things. But anyway, it's under the live tab, and I will put a link to those episodes down below if you want to watch them. They were pretty good. I actually, I talked about mini skein projects that you could do, and that was really fun. That was my topic of the day. So today, actually, we're going to start right off now with shop update. And if you missed my live shows or whatever, I'm going to show you the exclusive items that I dyed for Jen for the Down Cellar Studio Podcast Splash Pad Party. So my theme for this year was Mysteries of the Sea, and this is the bag. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it. It has sea turtles on it and all sorts of other marine life, and I love this bag. The yarn, this is the yarn that I dyed to match, and I think it came out awesome. I'm really thrilled with how this all came out. So this is Mysteries of the Sea. We do have a few more bags left, but if you want one, I would go now because we don't have that many. So if you want one, I'll get it right out to you because I have one with me right now. So And Donna has the rest. Donna has them in her shop. If you're not interested in yarn, you can get the bag from Donna at her shop. So like I said, this is Mysteries of the Sea yarn that I did. And I also have a solid color, and I love this color. I'm wearing it right now. It's this beautiful navy. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? I love navy. So this is Mysteries of the Sea solid colors. I have a couple left in the shop. And I had to dye a sea turtle color. Look how pretty. So this is sea turtles. And these are a little bit dark. I sold out of sea turtles already, and I had to dye more. So I do have more in the shop, and it's such a beautiful green. Tones, lots of green tones in this one. Like I would expect a sea turtle to look like. Super fun. And of course, I couldn't stop there. I had a colorway last year that I loved, and it was a bestseller, so I brought it back for this year, and that is Whale Song. This is another one. Those blue greens, oh my goodness, love. And it would pair very nicely with sea turtles. They have a lot of the same hues and tones. So, yeah. Really fun. Love dyeing these under the sea colors. I did a whole series of colors last year. Sea creatures, I think. And for you mini skein lovers, I did not forget about you. So this is the mini skein set that I did for the collection. So pretty. And the names are, okay, Mermaid Hair, Mysteries of the Sea Solid, Sun and Sea, Living Coral, and Caribbean Blue. And one more little detail about the update. I also have sock sets for those of you who like to put heels and toes in your socks. And I have a listing on my website for Mysteries of the Sea with a Caribbean Blue mini sock set. That's a really fun collection. I really enjoyed that. So a couple of other little bits and pieces. For the last few weeks, I've been working hard on dyeing up my hue, tint, shade pre-orders. They've all gone out. You all should have your yarn. If you haven't seen the yarn, if you haven't opened it up yet, spoiler alert, I'm going to show it right now. I have one left. So it's nice now I can talk about this. The premise of this was basically, look how pretty. Oh my goodness. So the premise of this update, trying to get the creative juices flowing, I picked a color, say turquoise, and I did just like a straight, like medium color, and then I did a So this is the hue, is turquoise. That's what color is, hue. Tint is a lighter version. It's the pastel version. And shade is where you add white. And when you don't really add white when you dye yarn. What you do is you use less dye. And then for shade, here's the turquoise. You add black or gray to make it into these beautiful rich tones. And look how beautiful this came out. I can't even tell you how thrilled I was when I put these together. I was like, oh my goodness, I love these. They're so gorgeous. They're so cool. You could do so many things. You could just use them for heels and toes. You could make a blanket. You could make a beautiful big shawl. It's 1,100 yards, so you could make a beautiful shawl with hue, tint, shade. I'm going to actually talk about one later on today that you could cast on. It would be gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, I only have one left. I will be doing this concept again because I really enjoyed it with different colors. If there are requests, if you guys like really want one, let me know. And if I get more than 5 requests, I'll do another set. So let me know. So in the meantime, my recording schedule and dyeing schedule is going to be sporadic this summer because I'm working on some things for the shop. I'm doing some things around the house, outside, doing lots of stuff. So definitely not weekly, maybe only even monthly. What I really want to do in July, I would like to do a Christmas in July. So I'm planning that one. And then I've already started working on the Halloween update. It's not an update. What am I saying? I'm working on the holiday mystery package. And Amanda Manis is designing a shawl for you guys. It's going to be beautiful. I've already sent her the prototype yarn. And she sent me some sample pictures, and I chose one that I absolutely love, and we all love it. Donna loved it, and Amanda loved it, so really beautiful. Amanda worked with me last year with my Hocus Pocus mystery box, and that came out really well. This is a little bit more conceptual, so it's going to be themed Dark 13. So it's actually, I'm stealing the idea, but it's okay. I'm stealing it from the cross-stitch world, where we cross-stitchers, if we like stitching Halloween, will stitch on a dark Halloween piece or a dark piece the 13th of every month. And that is super fun. I do that with my cross-stitch. And I thought, wow, I could do 13 minis and just call them Dark 13. They're dark, but they're gorgeous. They're so beautiful. So their shades, they're all, they're dark. They're even dark. They're darker than this. But I couldn't believe how good they came out, and I just love them so much. So if you are intrigued by that, stay tuned. Like I said, I've already started dyeing them, and it is a process. So this is why my dyeing is a little crazy this summer, because it's like a double process to get these the way I want them, and it takes time. And that's fine, because I'm in here for the fun, and I'm cool with that. So I think you guys are going to love it. What's nice is it's going to come with a bag, 13 gorgeous skeins, all different, but all the same tone. They're all different hue combinations, but the same tone. and a pattern. So you're all set. You'll be all set for Halloween. So I'm thinking those will be probably ready to go to list sometime in August, after August 1st. So we'll see. But I'm working on them now. I want to get them completed, and yeah, I'm really happy with those. So the other bits and pieces, I'm doing a crochet project, and I dyed some DK yarn for it, and one of the colors I dyed was a little bit too turquoise. I wanted it more blue, but they're beautiful. So I'm putting these up. Okay, so the monitor is showing it. My white balance might be a little off. So this is showing it, this looks very blue. It's actually a blue-green turquoisey color. They're beautiful, love them. They're DK, would make a gorgeous shawl, and I'm going to discount them a little bit. And I also just have this beautiful skein of yarn. It's a fingering weight, 463 yards. I had done a custom order, and this is one of the ones that didn't make the cut, so I'm going to offer this at a very discounted price as well. So that's it, basically, for Shop Update. Okay, let's talk about what I've been knitting. So I finished all of the knitting on my Marled Mania sweater. Ends need to be woven in. This is going to get done for sure. I mean, I really want this sweater because it's so cozy. I can't wait to wear this. I won't be able to wear it probably till December. I don't know, maybe November, because I'm always cold. But it's just beautiful. I actually made this kind of like a sweatshirt. It's blocked, actually. I just haven't woven in the ends. So let me try it on for you, and then I will talk about my mods, because I made some modifications to it. So I knit this with more positive ease than called for, because I just really wanted a sweatshirty kind of sweater. You know, I didn't want anything too tight, you know, because sometimes my sweaters that are form-fitting aren't really that comfortable to wear all day, because I just wear sweatshirts all the time in the winter, honestly. And I want to kind of start to wear my hand knits, and yeah, so this is perfect. It fits like a sweatshirt. I love it. Blocked out perfectly. It's probably a 44, I'm a 37-inch bust. It's probably like a 45 maybe hip. I don't know. But it's loose fitting, and I'm completely fine with that. The sleeves fit perfect. They're a little bit loose fitting as well. I think I knit the 47 size. I mean, I gauge swatched, but I'm pretty close. So yeah. My big modification, it took me a lot longer to knit this sweater because I knit this body twice. Originally, it calls for you to cut it here to put this color work, or this color, like right after you split for the armholes, and that brought the color starting right at my nipple line. I did not like that at all. I tried blocking it. It went down a little, but then it kept riding up. So I probably added 2 inches of the gray, and I just stayed in pattern, added 2 inches, and then I started the color, and I love it. I think it came out great. Does it look the same as the original? No, but who cares? That's definitely not what I'm going for. And then the only other modification I made, so this sweater calls for, well, his original pattern has built in like a fingerless mitt where you extend the sleeve and then you make a thumb hole and you have kind of like a mitten. I do not like garments that have that, so I eliminated it, and I just ended it here at my wrist, and they're the perfect length. Love these sleeves, they're perfect. So what I did, so this is superwash wool. Superwash wool tends to stretch after you block it. So I find that things will stretch in length a lot of times. So I just put in waste yarn when I finished the ribbing and didn't bind it off, and then I blocked it, and sure enough, I had to rip out 5 rows, and now it's great. That's going to be my new strategy when I'm knitting with superwash wool. But look how beautiful this sweater is. It's just gorgeous. Look, it's beautiful. Fits perfect. Love it. And I'm very, very excited to have it finished almost. It's one night when I don't feel like knitting, I'll just sit and weave them in while I'm watching TV. The only reason I don't usually leave things to languish and finish later, but I just was so tired of knitting on this sweater. I wanted to start something new, and I put it aside, but it's sitting there next to my chair, and I will get that done for sure before the fall, because I can't wait to wear it. It's beautiful. Oh, it's just so nice. I love it. I would love another marled sweater with these 2 yarns. So, oh, by the way, I knit this out of this is all my hand-dyed yarn. So the top part is cashmere. It's my merino cashmere nylon base that I don't really dye that much anymore. And that's fine. If you want it, you can always ask me, because I have some. And I held it together with my soft singles, which is 100% merino. And the fabric I got, look at that. It has just a slight halo to it, but it's not pilly. It's just gorgeous. I'm thrilled with how this came out, holding those 2 together. So I would love to make another sweater with these 2 bases held together. I'm not sure what color. We'll see. I will be, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to find so it's a worsted weight. It's like 2 fingering held together. I'd say it was like a DK to a worsted. Yeah, in between a DK and a worsted. And then this part was just minis that I had. One of them was an advent calendar, and yeah. So, yeah, that was a big finish, and I'm thrilled about that. My friend Susan is knitting her son the Marled Garter Marler cardigan, and it's coming out really, really pretty. I'll put some pictures in, and she's doing great with it. I think it's one of her first sweaters she's ever made, and we're meeting together to work on that, so that's really fun. Yeah, so I've been working on my purse knitting is socks, and I finished one. This is Mustache Yarns in the Not All Who Wander is Lost colorway, Lord of the Rings reference. And this skein of yarn I purchased as a mill end, so it was a little bit less yardage, even though I would have had enough to make the full pair. I think I had 75 yards. I had plenty, but I still added some contrasting heels and toes from another color, Star Wars color, that I had knit my daughter. So that was fun. And then I started the second one. I don't have much. This is just when I'm sitting in a waiting room or whatever, you know. So, yep, that's my purse knitting. And then I needed a palette cleanser. So, I have to kind of force myself to knit smalls. Sometimes I get in the mood to knit them. I really only want to work on big projects. Why is that? I don't know. But anyway, I needed a palette cleanser, and I had 2 skeins of yarn in my stash that I've had from Vogue Knitting Live, I think 2018 maybe. So I actually was going to sell them, and I had them on my website. You guys missed out. They're really nice. I don't even remember. I don't even know what they are, but they're bulky. And I decided to start Pretty Brioche Thing by Justina Lorkowska. And oh my goodness, I love it. If you want to learn to knit brioche, this is the perfect beginner brioche project, in my opinion. First of all, it's not very big. It's just a cowl. There are no increases or decreases. It will go fast. If you need to learn to fix it, it's big fat yarn. It should be easy to see. Love this. I love this. And this yarn is super soft, and this cowl is just beautiful. Look at it. I think I'm just going to knit the whole skein. So there's the other side. And you can reverse. It's reversible. If you're in a purple mood. Thrilled. Easy, easy, easy brioche. So this is my TV knitting. I don't have to really pay attention to it. And it's nice too, because if you knit brioche in the flat, like if you knit a brioche shawl or whatever, what you have to do is there are 4 rows of brioche to follow, and it gets much more confusing. But brioche in the round is only 2 rows, so it's much easier. Highly recommend if you want to learn. So, yeah, there's some little tricks. Finishing your round can be a little tricky. So I'm just about to finish this round. There's my marker. And this is the main color. So what I have to do is I have to slip that. Whoops. See? So I have to bring my main yarn to the front, slip that, and then kind of just leave it dangling until I get back around, and then I have to put it back over and then purl into that. So once you do it a few times, it's super easy. It's not a problem, but it can be a little weird to have that dangling, but it's fine. It works. So I love that project. I'm glad I started it. I'm glad I didn't sell the yarn. Okay. So, the next thing I want to talk about is the dark arts, also known as crochet. My goodness. So much drama. Anyway, Richie's going to be a great grandpa. I don't know, I probably said that. So I had this blanket started and I was going to finish it. And I talked about this a few weeks ago, and my gauge was way off. I don't know. I think I used a really tiny needle. Why? I probably used a 3mm. What was I thinking? Maybe it was the only crochet hook I had. I'm not a crocheter. I mean, I am, but I'm not a good I am. I don't know. I know basic crochet, basically. So, I mean, it's fine. It's not too tight or anything. It's just what happened was when I picked it up again, I used a much bigger needle and it was huge. And I have not been able to adjust the gauge on this. So this is going bye-bye. I'm ripping this out. And I've decided, I love it. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to hold these minis together with, I'm going to hold these minis together with this beautiful mohair. Tone them down a bit. And I'm just going to make a little bit of a bigger throw blanket for me. Because a baby's not going to want mohair. So that's what this one's going to be. I love crocheting, so I'm not giving up. So what happened was, I like the pattern that I'm using. Let me look it up. It's on my phone. I am making the Quick and Easy Ripple Crochet pattern, and that's this one by Daisy Chain Creations, I think. It's really, really pretty. And I love these colors. Love. So I had some DK that I hadn't dyed. I had a pack of it. So I decided to dye them because we found out that Richie's new great-grandchild is going to be a little boy. Not that it matters. I'm not really into gender colors, but I just think it's just the cutest color. I mean, it would be great for a girl too. But this is just so pretty and nautical. I just love it. Love it, love, love. So I dyed 3 colors and then I use a white. So that was easy. And I restarted the blanket. Not without drama because I don't want it too big and I don't want it too small. So I think I started this like 4 times and it was too big, too big, too big. And I kept going down. I'm a loose crocheter. I finally landed on, I think this is a 4mm crochet hook. Yeah, this is a G. I like these clover ones. They just slide really nicely through the yarn. So yeah, I started out at a 5. And then this is a 4.5, and now I'm down to a 4. And I think I've gotten it to where I like the fabric, and the size is good. It's a hair smaller, but it'll block out because it's superwash. And here she is. I finished 1 repeat. So pretty. So the dimensions of this, I think it's like 30 by 35, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really happy. And I think that I did a pretty good color match. So yeah, I finally got it to where I'm happy, and it's just gonna be a crib blanket, and I'm going to gift it. She had it wrapped with like a little, she has it wrapped with a little bow, a white bow. I think it's so pretty. So that's exactly, I don't know, I think it's really pretty and it's fun. The only thing is, I was talking to Donna the other day and I was telling her, she's like, oh, I hate ripple patterns. For the same reason that I have a love-hate relationship with them too, because, you know, crochet's kind of supposed to be a little bit mindless, and you have to constantly count. And I always forget to do these increases. So you're supposed to do 2 double crochets per stitch. So you're supposed to increase by 2 up here at this bump. And I always forget. And then when I'm on my way back, it's a problem, obviously. You're off. So you have to pay attention to it more than I like. But honestly, this is only, it's small. It's not a big blanket. It's only going to take me about a month to do. I'm just doing like 1 stripe a day. So it's not that bad. And it's really beautiful. And I think they will really like it. So that's what I've been working on. And yeah, it's kind of a lot. That's okay. Okay, so this brings me to the knitting section of the show, and it's also my kind of like wish list as well. Some of these are on my wish list, but we're talking triangle shawls today. So, triangle shawls are my favorite shawls to wear, and really only specific triangle shawls are my favorites. I am not a huge fan of crescents. I have some crescents in my wardrobe, and I don't wear them as often because I find sometimes the neck can be a little tight on them. It kind of bugs me a little. I don't know. I just find them harder to wear. I love it's actually referred to as a hap. A hap shawl is a square. I talked about this a few weeks ago because I knit a hap, a square shawl. And a half of a square shawl is a triangular. Makes sense, right? Triangle shawl. So I just love a top down, increase in the center, increase on each end, not asymmetrical. I like those two, but I prefer this. I prefer just a straight up. And this one, you can modify a triangular shawl to increase on the right side and the wrong side to make the ends longer. And I actually like those a lot because I think they're really easy to wear. Easy. Love them. But the other kind that don't do that are fine too. So this is an example. I've shown this a lot of times. This is my hitchhiker. This is an asymmetrical triangular shawl where there's one side that's longer than the other. This one's easy to wear too. It's knit a little bit differently. I think this one's knit sideways, but this is a pretty one. This is a fun one too. But I much prefer knitting and wearing just a plain old straight up triangular shawl. This is my favorite one. I probably need to knit another one because it's getting worn out. This is the Wick Shawl by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. I've shown it a million times, and this is my yarn. Okay, so I thought that I would talk about 10, what am I thinking? Let's get through this quick. 10 triangle shawls. I just did a search on Ravelry. I did an advanced search. I wasn't able to filter out asymmetrical ones, although I did filter out sideways knit ones. So I'm not sure if there's a way I can do that. Let me know if there is, if you're a Ravelry expert. And if you are interested in like a little tutorial on how to use the advanced search on Ravelry, I'll do that for you in a future episode. Also put a comment down below. Let me know, because I can do that for you. Okay, so I came up with 10. The first one, and I'm going to put pictures here, but I'm looking at my laptop over here. I'll give you some information about each one. So the first one, and these are a mix of new and old, and I included some that are fingering, DK, and worsted. I don't think I put any lace ones in there, but that's okay. So the first one is Sotto il Sole by Joji Locatelli. It is new, just came out June 2023. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's light fingering. She used my yak, baby yak silk. It's $6, and I think there's 2 colors. It's really beautiful. Wow. Very pretty. And it's lace, a little bit of lace with some garter, looks like, and some baubles. And really, really pretty. Let's see how many. There are 20 projects out there, probably people who test for her. And yeah, love that. Very nice. That would be a soft one with the yak. My yak is becoming a very, very popular yarn. Okay, next one is, this one just caught my eye. I just went through this afternoon and just picked a bunch. This one's called Satisfaction by Tricot and Stitch, and it's beautiful. It's lace. It's all over lace, which is gorgeous. Oh, this is a sport weight. She used Tricot and Stitch Extra Fine Sport. Sport is really fun to knit with. I like sport. It's quite elaborate. It says an easy lace shawl. You can knit in any yarn weight. Oh, interesting. All right. It's not in English yet. It's in French. Honestly, I could buy this pattern and knit it. I wouldn't need to know the French at all, because I assume it's charted. If it's not charted, that would be a problem. I mean, I read a little bit of French, but if it's not charted, that might be a problem. But a lace shawl is going to have a chart. Yes, it says chart right here. So it's beautiful. I love it. It's very, very pretty. Maybe in a lace weight. She said any weight. I don't know. But yeah, it's Estonian lace, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Okay. Next one. This one. You guys, I think I'm going to cast this on, like, soon. Maybe this summer. Oh my goodness. This is called the Dathan Hap by Kate Davies. Gorgeous. It's like a fingering weight yarn. Let's see. 1,300 yards, but you can make it as big or small as you want. And her yarn, her yarn, Kate Davies Yarns, it looks garter stitch, and it's got a panel coming down the center of it, center back panel. So pretty. Love this one. And I'll tell you why I want to cast it on. I have had this Marie Wallen British Breeds box in my stash for a couple years now. And there's a lot of smalls in her patterns, and that's fine. But I have a lot of mittens. I have hats. I don't really wear hats that much. I would love to make a shawl from these. These would be perfect for this. Wait till you see these colors. Oh my goodness. I'm making this shawl out of these colors. And it's the perfect amount of yardage. It's like, I think I have 1,100. Look at this. Would this not make a gorgeous Dathan hat? I'll use all of it. Oh my God, I love it. I'm actually really excited about knitting this. Because I really want to do something with these. And this is something special. It's perfect. So, yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Stop drooling. Let's go to the next one. All right. Next one is an oldie but a goodie. It was published in May 2010, The Age of Brass and Steam Kerchief by Orange Flower Yarn. It's written for DK, but you could use fingering. You could just make it a little bit bigger, and I just love the simple lace detail striped on it. It's really pretty. If you had like a semi-solid, it would look really nice. Next one is What the Fade by Andrea Mowry, and I have a What the Fade. You've seen it up here. Hang on. Let me go grab it because it's up here. Mine actually looks a lot like Andrea's. This was a set that I dyed. It is a blanket. It's so big. But it's gorgeous. That yellow. Now it's got brioche, but it's the same concept. It's top down, symmetrical, with the longer ends. And it's a beautiful shawl. I don't wear it enough because it's huge, but it's gorgeous. It's a great shop sample. Okay, next one. This one I have yarn for, and I just haven't cast it on. This is called the Forest Path Hap by Patricia Ann Fortune. And Patricia used to have the knitography podcast, and I met her at Rhinebeck. She's lovely. She lives in Norway, and she has a farm with sheep, and she sells a lot of her things. But the shawl is beautiful. I would love to make this. Yeah, this is another one that, it's got a lot of seed stitch though. But she used Rama Phenol PT2, which is a sport weight yarn. I have some beautiful green, same shade of green, Brooklyn Tweed Loft. I think Loft is the skinnier one. So that's a pretty one. next one is Oaken by Tin Can Knits, and this is a worsted weight. And I couldn't tell by the listing here on Ravelry whether it was a triangle or a hap. Or I mean a rectangle. Now this says rectangle. And then it says rectangle triangle shaped. I don't know. It's pretty though. So one picture shows a square and one picture shows a triangle. So, but it's nice. It's made out of worsted and it looks really cozy. And Tin Can Knits writes a great pattern, so they probably included both in the pattern, but I don't know. I don't know that for sure. Okay, next one is The Age of Gold by Joji Locatelli, which I have started. I've shown you this before. And I think what I'm going to do, I have this downstairs by my knitting chair. When I finish my brioche cowl, I'm going to pick this up and finish it because I'm almost done. Look at it. It's beautiful. I love it. Perfect for the fall. And it's in my MCN base, which is my favorite. Although I think Wool and Vine dyed that. Yeah, I think those are Wool and Vine colors. Okay. 2 more. Next one is Tephra by Emily Green. And this is a DK. And suggested yarn is Green Mountain Spinnery Music. Never heard of it, but I like Green Mountain Spinnery yarn. This shawl would probably be very light and cozy. It's got really cute baubles on it. Not sure if that's brioche or ribbing. Let me look. Let me look at the notes here. Is it brioche? Doesn't, oh, twisted stitches. Yeah. Okay, so it's twisted rib on the end. Very pretty. Oh, I like that. Baubles are fun. A lot of baubles, but they're fun. And last, but certainly not least, this is a beautiful shawl. Just came out, May 2023. This is the Moor shawl by Vera Valimaki. And it's absolutely beautiful. And it's part of Interpretations Volume 10, which is a book that she does with Joji. And I love the asymmetrical, it's not an asymmetrical shawl, but I love how the colors are kind of like off-centered and asymmetrical. Really, really cute. Love it. Love it. I think it's probably garter. Let me look. Yeah, that looks garter, like garter stitch, and it's a modular, kind of like a Stephen Westish type modular look, where you kind of fit them together, and it's beautiful. She used Ara yarn Lahua. Don't know. Let's see, what's that yarn? Doesn't say. Lahua? Doesn't even say if it's wool. I assume it is. It's probably merino, but anyway, you can make it out of anything. You could make it out of any wool merino yarn, so, or any wool yarn. Okay, so that is 10, maybe even a little bit more than 10. Because I showed you some of my shawls that I own, maybe 12 triangle shawls, not asymmetrical triangles, just straight up triangles that are easy to wear and fun to knit. If you are interested in any of these patterns, I have made a bundle on my Ravelry page, a public bundle that you can just go to my page and you'll see bundles, and you can see them all in there. I'll link to it. I'll link to my bundle of all those shawls if you're interested in any of them. So this brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for spending this rainy afternoon with me. I hope that you all have a great start to your summer. Enjoy. I'll be in and out here. It's going to be kind of like a low-key summer time for us. So hope you have a great few weeks. Knit something beautiful. And cheers!